one, it was sort of a no-brainer in some senses to be able to come to San Francisco, to this beautiful theater, and to a beautiful, grand, physical space in order to tell these stories. But we talked about also the process of evolving a musical is delicate and it's tricky, and that we wanted a home where we felt safe doing that and taking risks. The important physical question is, how do we evoke San Francisco, and more importantly probably, how do we evoke the time period?
When I first moved here, I lived on Russian Hill, a half a block from Macondri Lane, on a little alley called Aladdin Terrace. Had exactly the same view that is described in the books. But what I really remembered was the view out the back windows. It gave onto the backyards of all these clapboard wooden houses that make up that neighborhood. And I found a picture when I was doing research. It's remarkably prosaic in a way, and it really says San Francisco to me.
One of the other particular things that this picture evoked for me is that sense that behind any window, out of your rear window, that any story could come out of that window. That there are 1,000 stories to be told, and that kind of evocation of many things happen simultaneously was important for the idea of Tales of the City, that all these different voices participate in the sort of chorus of the city.
And taking off from that, we gradually distilled down the essence of every scene and made a unit.
But also that the idea of levels, I think, was sort of crucial. I mean, so that was one of our biggest early decisions was, do we have levels or do we have not? You know, there's a second floor and there's a third floor. There's apartments, there's a courtyard. So that's how we kind of came to, after many, many different trial and errors, right, of how to do this and create a simple unit idea. Well, it's simple, hopefully, in its idea, although it's quite complex to execute.
For me, that's what's so resonant about Tales of the City, that it's such a mirror of those times to me, and that people came, and they came to transform sometimes, to be something, and they didn't know how to do it, or where to go, or what would be okay, or am I gay, or am I straight, or do I like both? I found a home here that I became an artist in. And I don't think it would have happened for me in Cleveland, Ohio. Building on this photo from Doug is just this wonderful creature coming down the stairs. And this is just, you know, the afternoon. This person wasn't on their way to do a show, or, you know, but they were probably going out for tea somewhere. This person here, his name was Hibiscus. He created a theater group, and I'm sure you've all known those people who are powerful enough that they could pull you into their orbit. He transformed me. He told me I could be what I wanted to be. You know, just get your costume together.